And all right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. I have one of my favorite people here today with us to share her success in her transformation over a year's time. So Mona, I want to just thank you for coming and joining us today. So it's such a pleasure having you. And
It's my pleasure to be here. I promise you that.
it's funny because like a lot of these, I'm like, all right, we can start here, but I'm like, where do we start? Because there's so much that's happened over our time together. I guess one of the best things that you could do is just give us an idea of where you were this time last April. Where were you before you jumped into the program?
Thanks for asking that. This is definitely, even it's almost hard for me to remember. It's so different from where I'm at. I was, emotionally challenged. I had recently been through a divorce during the pandemic. I had also lost my job during the same timing. So was selling my marital property and had to go into temporary living. I was in a relationship that really wasn't working out for me, but because it was convenient and comfortable, I was continuing to be in that. I was in a job I didn't like, and everything was really stuck. I felt ultimately stuck in my life, and I needed to break free from that stuckness.
Yeah. And that's when, we just kind of connected at a perfect time. You attended an event I put on, and we just clicked, and you jumped into the program. And what do you think, over the past 12 months, like, what are some of the things that we did together what were some of the things that helped you?
Just the whole concept of just showing up and taking action. I really wasn't showing up for myself. I really wasn't doing anything but being focused on everybody else's needs. I wasn't paying attention to my own. So the whole concept of changing my perception that if I show up for myself, I can show up for everybody else became so huge and really pushing me out of my comfort zone. I was very comfortable in what I was doing. I was making myself miserable, literally helping others and not helping myself. So I just was caught in this spiral of push myself harder, do more, do more, do more, but not really be there for myself. And I was burning myself out.
Yeah, and that's so important, and it's such a common thing. A lot of the people that I come across are really good at helping everybody else and putting everybody else's needs first, but they're losing themselves in the process, and and like you said, burning out. And it's like that's when we have to do some work to breathe some life back into ourselves in this process. So, there was a
I
lot of
promise you
steps.
it wasn't comfortable. I really didn't,
It never
I
is, right?
didn't think that I could.
Yeah.
I really tried to talk myself out of it on so many levels.
Yeah.
When I started, I tried to talk myself out of even committing to the beginning. Then you try to talk yourself out of, oh, I don't have time. I don't have this. I don't have that. I really can't do this. All of the stories kept coming up, but I clearly persisted past them and
Yeah.
recognized the potential there was in me to make a shift and the need. I needed a shift. There was nothing left. I had nothing left to stand on. Everything that I had called my identity and my success was gone, and I had to rebuild from scratch.
Rise of the Phoenix. You just, and
Absolutely.
it's a beautiful thing. So there's so much that happened. Where are you now? Like, what are some of the results after these 12 months? What are some of the things that happened?
I have sustained a size adjustment over the last calendar year. When I was slightly before I had met you, I was 201 pounds. I am happily 169 something right now.
Yeah.
I eat a lot healthier. I have a ton more energy. I'm in a better role that is more fulfilling for me. And I'm on the precipice of building a business that's fulfilling to my soul. But the role that I'm in, the company I'm working for right now, has given me a work-life balance I've never had before and a level of support I've never found in an organization. So those two aspects
Yeah.
keep me there to be able to, continue the building of my person. I have released a relationship and relationship habits that were not serving me anymore. And I have found the exact right relationship for me. And I am just excited for the possibilities of what's next, of what level of influence now that I am happy from a soul level to move forward.
I love all of that. It's fantastic.
And
And
it's
you,
all my truth. I am
yeah,
really I'm living my authentic life. How do
I
I
love
forget
it.
to tell you that? I was not living an authentic me to me life until this program showed me how critical it was to me and how I was literally killing myself by not living authentic to me.
Yeah, if you're denying yourself and your truth and what you're here for, then it can be tricky to try to show up and take action and get the results that you want in your life, because it just isn't in alignment with you, right? And so you did that, and you removed a lot of baggage and toxicity in the process, right? Relationships and things that just weren't serving you, and you stepped into this new self that you're in, and now you have great relationships, and it's just been such an awesome experience to be on this journey with you, to see this evolution that you've created for yourself. If there was anybody that was thinking about, like, if there was anybody that was in a space like you, and they were in that, like, that stuck space, and they just were like, I want more mind, health, business transformation, relationship shifts, what is some advice that you would give them if they were thinking about doing a transformational journey like this?
Be able to recognize that the stuckness is for purpose. It's telling you that it's time to make a shift, that what you're doing isn't working for you anymore, and that the only way out of being stuck is to change everything about what you're doing, change your mindset, change your habits, take the small steps. It's not, as Matt has just come out of this, one of the biggest things I've ever learned for you, it's not the all or nothing mentality.
Yeah.
I was the lifer, I'm not going to take the step until I know that I've got all of the backing and I can make the huge leap. It's not been about that. It's
Yeah.
about, oh, I take this little step here, I'll take this little step there, I'll take this little step there. And before you know it, you're in a completely different spot. So, and then take the time to reflect too, recognize that those little steps are really making a difference. I'm
Yeah.
physically stronger than I've ever been in my entire life. I'm emotionally together. I am enjoying every aspect to my existence. I am facing those character building days, and I've had plenty of them this calendar year. I'm facing those character building days as just that, see how strong I am, see how easy it is for me to flow with them rather than to resist them. It's
Yeah.
been transformational is a word that I can't even, it's not big enough. It's not a big enough word to use.
That's awesome. And I just love listening to you talk too, because your language shifts over a year have been huge. Your focus shifts, the way you're feeling, the action that you take, the results that you get, and your ability to review and reflect and resolve and continue to move forwards. And basically, you got out of the box so that you could get out of the box. It's like a lot of us, it's really comfortable in the box, folks. And yet
I
If
don't miss the box. I blew that box to smithereens and I am never going to build it again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we're gonna keep going, and we got another great year ahead of us. So I thank you so much for showing up and sharing your story, because there's so many people out there that may be in a similar space to you, and maybe in a space where they're looking to have some mind shifts or some health shifts or some business or relationship shifts. And just knowing that there's proof here that it is 100% possible, it's 100% available to you folks. You just got to jump.
And you've got to trust that you're in the exact right moment,
Yes.
finding the right person to work with, and trust yourself that you've got it within yourself to make those changes. They're not
So true.
easy. You'll go
Yes.
up and down, back and forth, around and around, but consistent action will end up in some amazing, amazing ways of being that you would never even
Yes.
think possible.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank you so much for coming and sharing your truth. I appreciate you, my friend.
I appreciate you in return.